Hi everyone, welcome to the Business for Builders podcast, and as usual, welcome to you if you're in YouTube land listening to this. Today, I just want to quickly talk about, I just want to discuss, I guess, I love the idea of sitting down with general contractors and talking about their business, but I really want you, what are we now, end of July 2021, and okay, we've still got 2 months of summer, apparently, and it's nice and hot outside and the lake's good to be at and things like that, but really, it's sort of, I guess what this is, I want to put a stone in your shoe mid-year when I would say that if you are worth your salt, you will be busy already. If you're not, there's probably some major issues and things that are maybe not really good with your business. And, we need to look into that if you can. But right now, mid-year, 2 months out of, that's if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. If you're in Australia, it's what is it? It's probably middle of winter, I guess. So being halfway through the year, we still want to make sure that, and I'm going somewhere with this because we don't want to just look at, we're going to do this year the same as we did last year and the year before that. And then of course, next year is just going to be a repeat of this year. We're talking about always wanting to scale up the business. We want the reason for that a business exists, the reason that you put your neck in a noose in the box under your feet and you take all the risk is so that you can reap a dividend or some sort of, repayment to give you some sort of benefit lifestyle, a little bit more time, maybe some time to spend with your family and go away for that 2 or 3 week holiday in Mexico or whatever the case may be. But, what we find is that we tend to sort of just go head down, ass up, work and we're just happy to make it to the finish line, which might be, well, I got all the work done before the snow flies in December, and you'll sit there and twiddle your thumbs for 3 months if you've got no work over winter because your business is not evergreen, because your marketing capability or prowess is non-existent, and then you'll come around and you'll be rubbing your hands together or praying that you can get a few leads that's going to keep you busy in the first half of the year again. And it's this kind of round and round the mountain. You're never really scaling up your business. You're never really sort of developing an authentic business. You're not becoming a business owner. You are just self-employed. And so, I thought about this concept and I thought, well, if you just accept that that's what you want to do for the rest of your life and you just want to keep going around the mountain, and I think they call it the little hamster wheel. If you're just loving being on the hamster wheel, then, good for you. But I'm pretty sure deep down, each of us want to be able to take a couple of weeks a year, a couple of times a year to be able to either in the winter, just go and have a snow holiday, and then in the summer, go and have a few weeks on the beach. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. But there is some guys and gals watching this right now or listening to this, they go, you're out of your mind, dude. I have not got time to take 2 minutes off, let alone 2 weeks. And that is if that is you, then this message is for you. It's because if you need to take stock. So the hardest thing is what you don't know, you don't know. So if you can't analyze your business and you can't self-analyze, then you need to get yourself some sort of business coach or go searching for material or information that's reliable as you can get it. You probably, if you don't pay for it, you may not get reliable information. Doesn't mean that if you do pay for it, it is reliable. But you need to be able to start analyzing your business and do what we'd call an audit on your business and see why it's not actually year after year after year. You're doing 250,000 and you're only making a 6%, net profit. It's like you're just busy working a job, a journey of boredom. I like to call that a job. But I think what really you need in your life is you need someone who's calling your BS, because you might sit there and think, hey, I'm doing all right, because you don't know any better or don't know any different. And so this is why, we talk about, you could do that for a while, perhaps trial and terror. I've talked about that before. You could go and get yourself a coach or consultant, not really necessarily tied to the building industry. So maybe they don't understand exactly what you're doing. And then there's obviously doing what we do, which is we join forces with general contractors in their area, and we help develop a business with them. And so, you really got to look at what you've just done in the first half of this year and go, is it any different to what you did the year before and the year before that? Now, my guys here at Smith & Sons are growing businesses for the most part, 2x year on year, maybe 3. Some guys are doing more than that. But I would say that if you're not growing your business at some level, and when I say growing, I'm not just talking about revenue, because you can be making it, you could be selling $1 million, but if your markup is only 12% or 15%, you're barely keeping the lights turned on. You are not marking up by enough. So what I'm talking about is a couple of things. Obviously, gross revenue, gross profit, and lifestyle. Those three things are indicators. No one of them really, I mean, you could be making a gross profit and have no lifestyle. Yeah, it's not the sort of business that I want to be part of. It means what we're trying to do is get a balance for you between time and money. If you've got enough time to spend the money and enough money to spend the time, now we've got an equilibrium happening, something that is going to provide you better lifestyle, which means you've obviously got the income to support the lifestyle. Most general contractors that you and I know never, ever, ever get that nailed down. Very, very small percentage, and only very few will actually get that sorted. And it's really like an epidemic in the heads of general contractors, because it just is the thing comes unglued because they just aren't systemized. And they're just shooting from the hip every day, every week, every month, every year. And then they go, this industry sucks. Clients, I'm getting really shitty clients. I can't make the money that I deserve, all those sorts of things. And really, guys and gals, it comes down to your understanding. In other words, the more you learn, the more you earn. There's not big principles that you need to learn, but if you don't know about them, how do you implement them? In other words, you can't get the information, have the revelation to then go to the implementation. That was pretty complicated. So really, again, you go back to what you don't know. So how is it that you learn about the things that you don't know, which should ultimately be gaps and deficiencies, essentially blind sides that are hitting you that you don't even know are there, that are gutting your ability to make more money because they're fundamentals or principles that you don't implement. So, when we talk about trying to scale up business, we need to sell better so we can scale quicker. So it's like you've got to be able to demonstrate value to your clients. If you are just a truck and ladder guy and you think, right, I'm gonna mark up my stuff by 50%, you're not going to get it, because the perceived value by the clients or your prospective clients is not there. They're going to look at you and go, well, your price is this, Smith & Son's price is this, Smith & Son's look more professional than you do, you're going to lose. It's just simple as that, because the client's opinion is always right. And if they think that we're better than you because of the way we look, it's the game. That's the game. Public perception. So, I think sometimes you've got to, if you are sitting there in your chair right now and you're like, well, dude, I've been doing this for 10 years or more and nothing's really changed. The size of my business hasn't changed. My accounting and my reporting is all the same every year. And you're not satisfied with that. Now, you could be satisfied. I don't want to take that away from the people that are just going, hey, dude, I dig this. I get my 2 weeks a year. I'm happy not growing a business. I'm good. That's fine. But if you're saying, I want to grow my business and I want to have that company, because what we don't think of, I think, is as builders is an exit strategy. What are you going to do with that business when you're 55 or 60? Can you sell the business? So let's talk about exit strategies real quick. If you are the magic of the business, you'll never be able to sell a business. You need a systemized business with people running systems. Therein lies the value. Now, you wouldn't sell that business, I wouldn't think, unless you had to. But in the event that you do have to down the track, then that's what you want to be looking at. Because people don't necessarily want to buy a business to get themselves a job. They want to buy a business that is already up and running. Essentially, any major franchise group like McDonald's or A&W or Wendy's or any of those, there's a walk-in, walk-out opportunity. All the company only wants to do is invest the money, and the business system will continue to run with or without them, obviously, other than just the quarterly reports or, the department heads reporting back, those sorts of things. That's the sort of business that you want. So take stock of your business now. Look at what's happening in the next 3 months, because we're going to go into fall. And then, of course, before you know it, it's going to be snowing. And the dynamics of our industry change. And just further to note, if your business is not a business that is evergreen, in other words, you're not getting, like right now, you might be getting 10 leads a month, right? If you're not getting 10 leads a month in December, January, February, then there's something wrong, because you can still renovate bathrooms, you can still do basement remodels, not so much additions, but there's a lot of things, full gut renos, kitchens, etc. You can still keep busy, and it is not a bad time. Now, I wouldn't suggest you say to people, hey, what we need to do is gut your kitchen 2 weeks before Christmas. That's a no-go. Things will start to, obviously tighten up. Mid-November, people are going to be like, and you should recommend that you're not going to start anything prior to Christmas in that regard. But if it doesn't interfere with their festivities over Christmas or whatever, they're going away, then sure, go ahead. But then come January, February, it should be game on again. Just because it's snowy outside, unless you want to go skiing, and I don't do that, but a lot of Canadians like to do that. Actually, there is a lot of Aussies that like doing that too. But I think this all comes back to taking stock of your business, looking at where the deficiencies are, looking at where the gaps are, and then coming up with a solution. So you might identify a weakness, then you've got to come up with how do we remedy that? How do we create strength within that weakness? So I hope that's helped. If you've heard something you liked and you know someone who might need this, share it with them, like and comment, hit the bell for some notifications. We do this once a week. And certainly feel free to email me at max@businessforbuilders.ca, and I will get you an answer as promptly as I can. Have a good one. Go and build a kick-ass business, and I will see you next time.